Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're looking at the Fondjoy Knightmare Batman. This is the Ben Affleck Batman, Batfleck from the Knightmare universe. This could be from either Batman vs Superman or Zack Snyder's Justice League. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Mark from Instagram for hooking me up with this. It is much appreciated. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, DC, Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice action figure. Officially licensed DC merchandise, 1/9 scale. Here's the front, looking fantastic. Look at the texture on that suit. Knightmare Batman, 1/9 scale action figure. Here's the front of the box. Side, Knightmare Batman. Other side, same thing. At the back, here's the figure. All of his different accessories. And there's a barcode, if it helps. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright. Now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, 3 different heads, 5 different hands, an alternate sort of scarf or mask, and then a rifle and a pistol. Before I load all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Ben Affleck Batman, Batfleck from Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice. He's in his Knightmare attire, which is pretty much a potential what-if future in a post-apocalyptic setting where Darkseid is pretty much taken over the Earth, Superman is controlled by Darkseid, and Batman is leading a resistance group fighting against Superman. So let's take a closer look. Now, start with his head. We have the traditional Batfleck uniform and cowl underneath all this extra gear. He's got the mask totally covering up his mouth right now. You can't even see his eyes. He's got goggles on top of his head, which I imagine can go on top of his eyes as well. He's got this brown trench coat dangling down. You can see the holster for his pistol. He's got the Batman gauntlets on top of the trench coat and then wrap around the gloves. He's got the same sort of knuckles for punching people. You can see the fins. It looks like the traditional Batfleck suit. Underneath here you can see the texturing, the big giant bat symbol. And it looks like some bullet holes and damage on there. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. He's got sort of cargo pants going on down there, utility belt, all that good stuff. It's always been a really cool look for Batfleck and a really cool what-if future. Allegedly, if they had done Justice League 2 and 3, would have delved into that future and seen what it was all about. And of course, corrected it and then beaten Darkseid. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Cowl looks good, mask looks good, goggles look good, and we have a bunch of different display options. And a closer look at the detailing and texturing of his suit. Every time they do the Batfleck suit, they do such a good job with a sort of weaved Kevlar look. It looks fantastic on the majority of the suit. The bat symbol also looks great. And that extra detail of the damage and scuffs is excellent. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start off with the boring stuff, the display stand. The stand comes in 2 separate pieces. When put together, it looks like this. The bottom is a large oval, it says Batman, and it has the Batman vs Superman logo. Then we have this post that comes out. The bottom, it can rotate. Hinged at the bottom, hinge in the middle, hinge at the top, rotation at the top, and then it has this clamp to hold your figure in place. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 5 hands, 2 left hands, and 3 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. Then, with his second pair of hands, his right hand is a gripping hand with a trigger finger, and his left hand is a sort of semi-open hand. And he has 1 additional right hand. This is a gripping hand with a pointing finger. Now let's look at his heads. He has 3 different heads. 1 with a normal expression, 1 with a screaming expression, and 1 with a mask covering up his mouth. And to my surprise, I thought that mask would be a removable piece you can swap out with the smaller one, but no, it's permanently attached. And I don't really know why this one doesn't have a neck, and this one does have a neck, because the figure has a neck that you can just pop the head on top. So, hopefully, it'll make more sense as I swap them out. So we'll see. Here's Batfleck with his first head. This one has the normal expression. And here's his second head. This one has the screaming expression, and neither one looks quite right without the scarf on. And his third head, this one has the scarf or mask on, covering up his entire mouth area. Now, to look at his scarf or mask. Now this is the smaller version. You can kind of just go around his neck instead of covering up his entire face. Here's Batman with his normal head and no scarf. And then here with the scarf around his neck, and it makes the neck area look quite a bit better. Now we also have his goggles. The goggles have sort of, I don't know, a gold or bronze color, and then the lenses. They can go on his forehead or over his eyes. Here's the Batfleck here with those goggles around his forehead, and then wearing them around his eyes. Now to look at his guns. He has two of them, a rifle and a pistol. Batman using guns is pretty unusual, but it makes sense in this universe. So we have this large assault rifle, and it has a strap to holster it. You can see where it's sort of wrapped around the rifle there. Sculpting detail is excellent. Paint job's pretty good too. And the coolest thing is it has this Joker card wrapped around the butt of the rifle. Now Joker gave him this Joker card, and he made a truce for Bruce. As long as he has his card on the gun, they're at peace. As soon as he takes it off, they're at war. Then we also have this small pistol. A little bit white on the side here, and the rest is black. It also has a decent sculpt. Here's like a Batman holding that rifle. He can hold it with either one hand or with a second hand supporting the front. And then here's Batman holstering that rifle over his back. And here's Batman holding that pistol. Then holstering that pistol. I love figures that can holster and stow away their weapons. He can stow away both his rifle and holster at the same time. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. And that's something that I actually love about the Fondjoy figures. They're advertised as 8-inch scale, but they're really not 8-inch scale. They run maybe just a hair taller than the McFarlane figures, and that's why I get them, because they average usually less than 7.5 inches tall. So, from bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.4 inches tall, which can translate to just under 19 centimeters, and go to the top of the ears, about 7.5 inches tall. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, he can rotate side to side. He can look up, very good amount, down, pretty nice as well. He has articulation both at the top of the neck and the bottom of the neck. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out about 90 degrees. Up, down, around. He's got bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows, they go in about this far. His wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his torso. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist. Rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, very good range of motion. You get quite a bit of the torso, but I'd say you get a little bit more out of the stomach. Legs, almost complete to the splits. The holster is obstructing that side a little bit. Ball joints. He's got these slightly drop down hips, just slightly, pushing back up. They go forward, about that far. Back, not much. Double jointed knees, they go back about that far. And his ankle. Forward and back, just a little bit. Rotate. Tilt, rock. And of course, toe articulation. Here's like a Batman, angry, screaming, firing his weapon in this desert, post-apocalyptic setting. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Knightmare Batfleck figures. Here's this Fondjoy Knightmare Batman, next to a couple of McFarlane DC Multiverse versions. And here he is, next to the Muff Toys third-party version. Probably the best Knightmare Batman that I have. Then, with the Mezco 112 Collective version. And now, next to the Mattel DC Multiverse version. Next, with the Mafex version, and I believe they're releasing a 2.0 in the near future. Next, with a couple of Mattel 6-inch basic versions. Here are a bunch of Knightmare Batman figures from different various companies, in order from largest to smallest, by Fondjoy, McFarlane, Muff Toys, Mezco, Mattel, Mafex, and an even smaller Mattel version. Now let's check him out next to some other Fondjoy figures. Here he is, next to a couple of Henry Cavill Superman figures, in both the blue suit and the black suits. And personally, I'd say these figures are horrible. These are some of Fondjoy's earliest figures, and they just look bad. The proportions of the body, the gaps in the joints, and the worst part is the face sculpt. It is hideous. And here he is, next to the Dark Knight Trilogy Batman and Joker and the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. These figures are rough, but I'd say they're better than the Henry Cavill Superman. The Batman is not that bad, but has honestly many issues, so I guess he is kind of that bad. Then, with Wonder Woman and Cyborg, slight improvement at this point, but still the same similar type quality as the previous figures. Now, with both Aquaman and Mera from Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom, I would say at this point, Fondjoy has really started to turn things around. The quality is significantly better on these figures than the previous ones, and it only gets better from here. At this point, Fondjoy released their Ben Affleck Batman from Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, and boy was this figure stellar. This is the release that truly put Fondjoy on the map. The likeness, the size, the texturing, the accessories, the articulation, the size. It is a fantastic Ben Affleck Batman. One of the best. I'd say definitely the best in 7-inch scale. Here are all the Fondjoy Ben Affleck Batman figures from Batman vs. Superman and Justice League. The next one coming out is going to be the Battle Damage Armored version. I think that's in a 2-pack with Superman. And then I'm pretty sure we have one for the Flash movie coming as well. They also made the Robert Pattinson Batman from The Batman. And this figure is up to par with their current excellent standards. And here he is with the recent James Gunn movie Superman figures, David Cornsweet's Superman, and Lex Luthor. Both excellent releases. I would say their best release in recent history is the Tactical Suit Batman. That guy is amazing. Here are all the Fondjoy Batman figures they've made. We have the Dark Knight version, Ben Affleck version, and the Robert Pattinson version. I believe we're going to get the Michael Keaton version in the future as well. And then here's my entire collection of Fondjoy figures. I am fully caught up, and I have all the DC Fondjoy figures. If there are any I don't have that I'm not aware of, please drop me a line in the comments below. The next figures to come out, I believe, is the Henry Cavill Superman versus Battle Damaged Armored Batfleck. And there's tons more on the horizon. Now, it seems like Fondjoy is only focusing on live-action figures. Hopefully, eventually, they'll make some comic stuff as well. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Fondjoy figure, they're advertised as pretty much 8-inch scale, but they're closer to 7.5 inches. I mean, this guy's about 7.4 inches tall, and the main stuff I collect is McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. I'm going to compare him with as many Batman figures as I can. First off, here he is with some McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures, and I think he fits in pretty nicely with them. He is ever so slightly bigger, but I'm happy he's not a full 8 inches, or I wouldn't be buying them. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures and Diamond Select toys, here's this Batman next to a bag of Jolly Rancher sour gummies. And here he is with some DC Direct and NECA Batman figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures, and now with some Mezco and Mattel Batman figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a pretty nice Ben Affleck Batman figure. I love this sort of inner suit. The regular bat suit looks great on this guy. The texturing. I like the accessories. They're fantastic, although they definitely could have come with more stuff if they wanted to. Still don't understand why we have two different necks. I mean, one's a little bit thicker, so maybe it goes to the angry head if he's like tensing up. I don't know. I'm a little bit unimpressed with the jacket. I mean, it's not bad, but for some reason I just sort of expected something a little better, or maybe cloth soft goods. I mean, it's not bad, but that Muff Toys is just so damn good. And this is a very nice Batman figure. He came out before the Tactical Suit Batman, but I'm just now getting this guy. Now, the Tactical Suit Batman is superior to this one. It is just a work of art. It is fantastic. So I'm ever so slightly underwhelmed by this guy, but only compared to the Tactical Suit Batman. If I were to rate this figure, I think he deserves a 7.5 out of 10, which is a pretty good rating. The Tactical Suit, I think I gave an 8, but it damn sure should be at least an 8.5 or possibly a 9. This is a nice figure. Fondjoy continues to improve over time. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, head to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.